Welcome to the weekly challenge. This week, we're going to create a SQL database to support a to-do list application. We'll be adding in to-do owners and recurring to-dos to make it even more challenging. Now, if you're not familiar with the weekly challenge, let me explain. Each week, I challenge you to tackle a topic in C#. I give you all the materials you need to get started. Each challenge should take between 10 minutes and half an hour or so. That isn't a lot of time to dedicate to improving your C# skills. But I guarantee you that if you do a challenge each week, your skills will grow. Now you may ask the question, Tim, you said C# skills, but this is a SQL challenge. And C# and SQL go together a lot. So knowing C# isn't necessarily enough. You need to know SQL as well, and this is a great way to challenge that. Now, if you're maybe that's every week. And so that'd be recurring to do. It comes up every single week. For me growing up, it was every Saturday. So that would be a recurring to do. Now, once you add recurring to-dos, you also need to add when each is due next or have some way of figuring that out, as well as a history of when a to-do has been completed in the past. So you don't want to have just this generated list of, okay, here's the next 10 years of this task. That won't work. You want to have some way of generating these tasks one at a time, when it's next due or when it's next to be created. And then also you need a way to kind of link those together so that you can say this task has been completed 18 times. Now, once you do the tables for this, then I want you to create two store procedures. One's called lookup, and that's going to be looking up and seeing what active, non-completed, non-deleted to-dos are for that user. So it's going to look up, let's say it looks up me, and it says Tim has 2 to-dos that are still active and incomplete. That's kind of like your what to do next list. And once you check one off, it drops off the list. So that's the first store procedure. The second one is a history, and that's going to be a history of that recurring to-do. So you're going to want to say, okay, for this recurring to-do, what's going on? How many times has it been done? How many times has it been assigned? How many to-dos are yet to be done for this particular to-do, recurring to-do? Okay? So you want all the information, not just the active, incomplete ones. You want all the history for the recurring ones. Okay? So that is the 2 store procedures to create. Now, there's not a lot of user interface here. This is just a database. But that's the challenge. Because when you work in a business, you may be assigned a challenge of, I want you to build this database for us. You don't have that user interface yet to work with. So you got to figure out how to do this and how to test it as well. So that is the weekly challenge for this week. Build a SQL to-do list database. You got it? I hope so. Good luck and happy coding.